right now, so we can share about some political recommendation we have. And to you, Vi.
Thank you, Leo. So before we move on, let's all just take a collective inhale and exhale. I know what we have shared so far has certainly impacted me. And I think it's really important. I think I want to take the minute here just to let it all sink in for everyone, especially our non-Chinese guests here, because these, I'm about to talk about some things that are very sort of clinical, very academic and whatnot. But I really want folks to just remember that these are real people behind these stories, and these experiences are very flesh and blood. So before we go on, definitely want to just acknowledge and honor and thank our guests and our speakers for exercising the bravery that I think I'm asking all of us to exercise today. So with that, I'm going to go on to our next section. And those are our policy recommendations. So next please, Leo. So earlier today, I just sent you all our draft version of our policy recommendation platform. Because I only sent it earlier today, I do not expect all of you to read it just yet, but do know that it is in your inbox, and the language is for the most part finalized. You'll find some like spelling errors and whatnot for me here and there, but we are going to revise it, and we're going to revise it based off of the feedback and recommendations that we get from today's meeting. And we'll format it, make it look nice and whatnot, and then we'll send it to you again when it's ready. But as a sneak peek, you could read it and see sort of what our thinking process is like from there. So next, Leo. And I'm actually going to go in reverse order of this. So Leo, can you go to the very last one? So next, right there. Oh, back. Okay. So I'm going to go into reverse order, and I'm going to go with this policy recommendation first, because I think it really connects to our last Leo's statement around safety and anti-hate and hate. You can read it, it is written here, and the language here is crafted very specifically. And for our Chinese guests here, we are going to translate this as well. I'm sorry we weren't able to translate this on time. But, I just wanted to really mention and really just emphasize, especially for our systems leaders here, that sometime last year or in 2020, I can't remember when, we did launch the United Against Hate campaign. And I was a huge part of that. I designed the original draft of the logo. Leo, can you skip ahead really quick? Yes, so this logo here that you'll see some of the Contra Costa Health Service staff have in their email is a logo that I helped really just set the vision for. And go back, Leo. And there have been many other forms of declarations and resolutions. I also drafted one of those resolutions that was adopted by the Board of Supervisors to, stand in solidarity with the API population, not only standing in solidarity, but protecting, the lives of the API population. Skip, Leo. And one more. And yeah, like I said, there's been many declarations and resolutions by county leadership to condemn anti-Asian hate, to stand with us and all of, include us and all those things. And really right now, what we're asking in this very moment is for systems leaders. So this is where I'm going to really ask the system leaders to, really engage, to really follow through on that promise. Like a resolution, I know, is not a policy, it is not a bill, but it is a commitment. It is a commitment, the spirit of an action, right? And right now, what we need more than ever, as we are moving into this post-pandemic world, is for tangible results. So we need policymakers, decision leaders to work with us in our community in order to create these institutional policies, practices, and programs to maintain the safety and and benefit the health and wellness of the community. I will also mention here as well, very directly, these policies should not be policies that pit any communities against each other, or deprive or deplete non-API communities of their rights. Rather, these actions and products should collectively benefit all of us. Yeah. So that, I think this particular recommendation stands very close to me as I've worked on a couple of these campaigns. So Leo, can you go all the way back to the first recommendation? And the next recommendation that is also very near and dear to my heart is the language justice policy policy recommendation. So systems leaders, again, you may know that last year EHSD got that grant to work on the Gateways for Growth initiative. I was a part of the steering committee. A lot of my input was put into these policies, and many of the coalition member networks were also a part of providing data and input for the policy as well. And we were able to create a language justice policy, which was submitted to the Board of Supervisors for as a part of the Office of Racial Equity and Social Justice. We think that this is a really important opportunity to leverage that policy in order to promote multilingualism in Contra Costa Health Services and EHSD, especially as it pertains to interpreters. So, I'll just say very upfront, I know we have the language lines. I know that's, what we feel is the best solution that we can do at this moment, but I would challenge our systems leaders here to, think beyond what is sort of the status quo and what we could have. What we need is in-person, culturally responsive interpreters at these clinics and offices and departments and whatnot. And that's so important because interpretation, and as someone who does interpretation is not just about sort of Google translating the exact text and words. It is about the connection that you make with the clients. So clients want to feel like they're a real person who they can connect with and who can be on their side and advocate for them. So, that's really important. And I think this is why this policy really stands really near and dear to my heart as well. So with that, I'm not going to go over the last policy because I do want to leave some time for discussion. But, so these are only a couple of the recommendations. All 7 recommendations that are going to be in the document that you will receive are based on the data that Leo has shown is based on the testimonies of our advocates here. It is representative of at least 100 voices, 100 people within our base. And it represents the collective demands and vision that we have for our community and this community as well. So I'm very proud of the work that we've put together, very proud of our team and what we've been able to accomplish today. And I invite our systems leaders and our non-API allies to come and be allies to us in this time of need. So with that, I'm going to pause there. And Leo, can you take on the slide, the PowerPoint? I want us all to do this.
What you believe in.